Methods is very important fundamental in any programming language, not only Java. When you're first learning Java or when you're first learning programming, method can be very daunting. And guys, I do understand you because a few years ago I was in your same shoes, so I do completely understand that. So today I'm gonna be very simply, very briefly explaining your method so that you can be confident and you can go ahead and you can write your programs. In order to understand methods, let me just give you a very simple example. Say for instance, you have built a robot who's able to go shopping for you. And every single day you need a list of 10 items for your household. So if that can be milk, rice, sugar, salt, and whatever you like. One way to do is you write all of those 10 items in your computer, you note them, and you tell your robot to purchase them, and he'll purchase them. So he'll memorize them and he'll go to the store and purchase them and then come back home. So that's one way to do. Another way to do is you write them one and you print them, say like 30 copy for a month, and each day you just give a copy to him and he'll go to the store and purchase them. So as you can already imagine that the first way is very inefficient because you have to write them in your computer and you have to tell them to purchase it. So he'll memorize them, whatever you said, and you'll go to the store and purchase them. So that's very inefficient and this is very time consuming. Instead of you just writing them once and printing them, say for instance 60 copy or 40 copy, whatever, and each time you just assign a copy to him and he'll just go to the store, read it, and he'll just purchase it himself without you to telling him what to do. And the second way is very efficient. So that's why we use methods. So let me just show you methods in Java in real life. So as you can see, I have just typed Java online compiler. So these are all free. So online compiler are free. I would be normally using IntelliJ. So this is the software that I use for my university work, for my university. And yeah, so IntelliJ is paid software. And you can find online compiler for free. So that's why I'm using online compiler. So you can follow along if you want to. Okay, so as you can see, as soon as I've clicked here, I'm inside a class called Hello World. And inside here, I have a main method. Yeah, so this is a method. It's not a method really. And this allows you to print things. So just run your code. Okay, and inside here, I'm just gonna be deleting this line of code and I'm gonna be writing my own. Okay, so in fact, I'm gonna be using the same line of code really. So system out print ln. Okay, so this line of code allows you to print stuff in your console, which is the area over here. Okay, so I'm gonna be printing hello Sadman. Okay, we always end with the semicolon. Okay, so let's see if this works. Okay, this does work in fact. So ignore these two lines because these two lines are some useless stuff that they give you. But apart from these two lines, this is the real code. Yeah, so this is the real output. Okay, so say for instance I want to print this line 3 times. So what I do, I just type it system out println like that, or another way is just copy and paste it. So you can just select Control C or Command C and paste it like that 3 times. Okay, we have 3 lines of code, and if I just run, then I'll see 3 lines of hello Sadman. There you go. In fact, hello Sadman, hello Sadman, hello Sadman. So 3 lines. And if I don't do this 10 times, what I can do, I can just copy them like that. So Control C. I'll just add a bit of space just to make it more visually clear. So there's 6. So sorry, there's 9. I can print one more. Okay, and as you can see, this is very inefficient. So as you can see right now, I'll have 10 hello Sadman. As you can see, this is very inefficient. So that's why we do use method. And methods, what allows you to do is just write things once and then run it over and over again, and that would simplify your code writing a lot. Yeah. So I'll show you the same thing by using a method. So say for instance, you just write it once. So I'll do okay, let's create a method in fact. So I'm just gonna call it a public static void let's say greeting. Okay, and of course we have an round braces. So in here we just put our parameter. In this case we don't have any parameter, so just leave as it is. Okay, and then inside here, inside this curly braces, we just put our line of code. So I'll just copy all of this like that. Sorry, cut them with the command or control X and paste inside here like that. Okay, so as you can see, this is a separate method. So if I just now run, nothing will happen. As you can see, it's just blank because on my main method there's nothing going on. So one thing you can see that my method called greeting and my main method is the same line. So as you can see, we always start with public, static, void, and main method, and here we have a different name, a greeting. So this one thing you can realize then my main method is itself a method. So main method is a method, okay, that displays things, that runs your code. Okay, now I'm gonna run this method. So I'm gonna just say greeting, so that's the name of this method, and then braces. Okay, now let's just try to execute. Let's see if that works. There you go, now that works. So if you just count them, it should be 10 times. Okay, and as you can see, this is the method, so I can just run it over and over again. So I can just do greeting C, and then in a new line. Okay, so now we should have 30 times printed the same thing, and I can do over and over again. I can do even like 100 times. So I can copy this thing. As you can see, I can do 6 times and even more. So this is the beauty of the method. So you can just write your code once and you can run over and over again with just a simple variable of the method, the name of the variable. So that's the good thing. So first thing in the method, you always create a method and you just put some code inside these curly braces. So that's the code that it will run whenever you call this method. And the second thing, you of course call your method inside your main class. So that will that's the place where your method will run. Yeah. So first thing first, you create a method and you call a method. Okay. Now I'm just going to delete all of this code inside this greeting method. Okay. And also I'm going to delete all of these greeting calls. So over here. Okay. So now I've just got my main method and my greeting method. So say for instance, I have guests coming over in my home, and each time I wanna my program to say hello and their name. Yeah. So I'll just show you one example. So very simple example. So I want this to happen. So whenever I type the name, so system out print and learn. Okay. So each time I want to be able to type their name, and each time I do so, I want this to show. So hi, oops, sorry. I have to call my method. I forgot to do that. Okay, I'll just do this. Okay, execute. So always make sure to call your method. I want this to happen. So hi and the name. So in order to do this, I have to store the name. Yeah. So I want to be able to insert the name, and the program will say hi and their name. So for this, I have to use a parameter. So what parameters allow you to do is just to take an input. Yeah, so just take an input value. That can be float, that can be string, or that can be any type of data type. So I'll just go for string. So string, and I'll just call a name. All right. Now I'm gonna write the thing that I wanna make visible on my console. So that will be system.out.println. Okay, typo there. Okay, and then over here, I wanna say greeting. So that will be hello. And now after this hello, I'm just gonna go out from this string space, and I'm gonna just write plus and then my name of the string that I wanna display over here. So that would be name. So it will be hello name. Okay, so that's here, and after my hello I'm just going to add a space. So that would be that would add a space after hello, so that would look much better. Okay, I'm going to end with the semicolon, and I'm going to run this method greeting inside my main method. So that would be greeting, and I'm going to greet, say like myself. So that's Sadman. Okay, semicolon. Oops, okay, that's fine. Let's just try to execute. As you can see, we have hello Sadman. So what's happening on the background is currently I am on my main method. So inside here we have another method that says greeting. So right now we are going on my greeting method, and inside here, as you can see, I'm taking a parameter of a string. Okay, so inside my greeting method, I'm printing, so that's system out print. So that would be hello. I'm saying hello and then the name. Yeah. So this name I'm calling it over here. So greeting and then giving a name to here. So that's my name, Sadman, and that's why I have the output as hello, my name. So I'll try to do the same thing a few times. So I'll just copy and paste it like that. I'm going to change the name here. Okay, pull, execute. And as you can see, each time I'm doing this following step. First thing, I'm on my main method, and over here I have I'm calling a method, yeah, so that's greeting. And secondly, I'm looking for the method called greeting over here, and I can see that a greeting is taking a parameter of type string and call it name. Okay, and thirdly, I'm looking inside this greeting method, and I can see that I have to print something, so that system out print that would print things on your console. Okay, and inside here I can see that I have to print hello, and after that I'm printing the string that I've took as a parameter of this method, so plus name. Okay, so that's full step. And finally, what I'm doing, I'm just calling this method on my main method, and I'm giving a parameter of a type string. And yeah, so that's how a method works. So first of all, you just create a method, and second, you just call a method. So that's how method works. Now I'll show you another example of method. So I'm just gonna get rid of this method over here, and also these calls over here. Say for instance, I want to add two numbers. So I'm just gonna store the number first. So that will be integer, let's say a equal to, let's say, value 2. So a will store number 2. Now another one, so integer b, and this will store, let's say, number 3. Okay, and I want to add them, so that will be system.out.println a plus b. Okay, now if I just run it, I'll get 5. So let's just see. Oops, one error. Okay, where is the error? System.out.println a plus b. Okay, I made a typo here, so that will be system like that. Okay, so as you can see, we have printed the number 5 successfully. So if I want to add two more numbers, so what I do, I just copy it like so. Oops, that's gone. Okay, paste it like that, and of course change the variable here, so that will be c, and that would be d, and the number over here to the value. That would be, let's say, 4 and 5. Of course, I have to change here as well, so that would be c, and that would be d. Then and let's just change the value here as well, f and e. Okay, and let's add this to value. Okay, so this is one way to do. As you can see, I'll have my variable, my number printed over here. So all these numbers are added. So 2 plus 3, 4 plus 5, and 2 plus 3. So that's the result of this. And as you can see, this is also very inefficient. So we could use method for this, and let's just see how we can do that. So again, public static void, let's call addition, and as a parameter this time we need to give two integer value. They need to be storing these two numbers that the user will give. So this will be integer, sorry, int, let's say a, and int b. So now curly braces. Okay, so once you create one curly braces and press enter, it will automatically close it for you. So that's quite nice. And right now I'm just gonna get rid of this part of code, and here as well I'm gonna just copy this line. So let's cut that line and paste over here, and I'm gonna rename it appropriately, so that will be a plus b. Okay, so now I'm gonna call my method, so that would be addition. Make sure the typo, so there's addition, that's perfect. Okay, so now I need to be giving two numbers that need to be added. So that would be, let's say, 2 and whoops, and 5. Semicolon, execute. There you go. As you can see, it is adding this two number and showing me over here. So now I can do the same thing for all of my numbers. So I can do that for the remaining value. So let's just say 7 and 3. Another one, let's say 2 and 8, for instance. I just run them. As you can see, my code is now far more minimal, far more cleaner than before. So it's more clutter free. Oh, yeah, so these are all the results. So this was all about the method, and as you can see, it's very simple. It's nothing hard, nothing crazy, nothing complex. It's very, very simple thing. And guys, I hope you like it, and if you have any questions, then please let me know in the comment. I'll more than happy to help you guys. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next video. Goodbye.